What is the best thing about Bernie Sanders?
Well, the best thing about Bernie Sanders is that he's 78 years old. He has nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose. So he can say whatever he wants. He's not beholden to anyone. If he has an idea that he thinks is good, he can say it. And because he's a senator and he's running for president, people are going to pay attention. College tuition for all for free, paid for by the government.
Yeah.
It's now something that Hillary Clinton has to respond to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if you're a progressive and you're looking for someone to keep Hillary Clinton on her toes in a way that actually keeps her on her toes and isn't kind of too careful about it, like Martin O'Malley, who might want to be vice president, who might want to preserve his political future. Bernie Sanders doesn't care about Democratic donors, doesn't have to kiss their butts. He can say whatever he wants, and that's very refreshing. I think that's the best thing about him.
Yeah, so in a way, isn't Bernie Sanders running the best thing that could have happened to the Democrats? Because if for nothing else, he'll do what you're saying. He'll force Hillary to become a better candidate and to differentiate herself from the Republicans, which everyone right now is saying, well, there's actually not that much difference from her and a lot of the Republicans. But you have Bernie's pulling her a little bit, and she's going to have to address something.
You know, I think that her reaction probably when she heard in the news that Sanders was going to run was, oh, great, okay, yeah.
I can deal with that one.
Yeah, it'll be great. I'm sure we'll have good conversations in the green room before debates. You know, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think? So 78 years old, you know, he's, I think, born in Brooklyn. He's an avowed socialist, right? He calls himself a socialist. Yeah. What do you make of the word socialist now? Because people were calling Obama a socialist the first time he ran. They still call him, on Drudge, they're still calling him a socialist all the time. But the idea that, you know, 7 years ago, if you called someone a socialist, it was the worst thing you could possibly say about them. And now it's like, at least in a lot of circles that I see, like it's kind of cool. Oh, the socialist is running. Like, oh, it's kind of cool.
People who are our age, younger, we don't really have the same connotation attached to that word as older people do. But they attach it to communism, the evils of Stalin, Marxist-Leninism. We don't really have that.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, maybe we can see European-style democracy, and that's not a good. But I think most Americans don't really have, at least the most voting Americans, the younger generation, I should say, just doesn't have that the negative energy attached to that particular word, and you know it's kind of quaint. I mean, it's not gonna help him if he manages to win the primary.
Right.
But
that's where it becomes a problem.
But I don't think. I mean, I don't think Republicans will be able to use the fact that a socialist is running to hurt the Democrats.
What is the worst thing about Bernie Sanders?
I think the worst thing about Bernie Sanders, and as a native New Yorker myself, his thick Brooklyn accent.
Really?
Because it makes him so easy to caricature, and it means that the first time there's a Saturday Night Live sketch, they're going to feature someone playing a doddering old man with a thick New York accent,
with the crazy hair,
and then that's going to be the one image of people. So you know, for his sake, you know, his dignity, and you want a guy who's this accomplished in the public sphere,
who's done things for the right reasons and wants money out of politics, and you know, income inequality, which I think is pretty much the biggest issue we have.
Whatever you think on this, this guy is passionate, principled, the type of person you want in public office. And you know, the comedians are not going to be kind to him.
They're not going to be kind. Yeah, so this is a little bit like what you were saying about Jeb, that the good thing about him and the bad thing are almost the same thing, because you're saying the good thing is 78 years old, doesn't care, blah, blah, blah. But you're saying the bad thing is this accent, sort of like he's old school, and that will be easily mocked. So it really is the same thing.
And he's old.
Yeah.
I mean, he's old. He looks old, and
yeah.
he's old school, and he has a very thick Brooklyn accent. You know, manna from heaven for comedians.
Yeah.
Easily mockable, and the debates are, you know, I mean, they're going to be funny.
Yeah, they are going to be funny. I am looking forward to some funny debates. Anyway, what do you think? Bernie Sanders, too Brooklyny? I was born in Brooklyn. I don't like that. Let us know in the comments right down below.